Boys and girls, it's writing time again. And so we're now going in from our brainstorming into our rough draft. And so yesterday I showed you my students, my acrostic poem for students, as I told you I did not want to do a season one because, I want you to be working, trying, challenging, lifting your brain muscles. So, and I showed you how I could do it by writing. And I took all those words that we brainstormed and I put it into a lovely acrostic poem. And I told you with the name poem, I would show you how to do that. So when I looked at the reflections yesterday, some people wrote, when I said brainstorm for 5 minutes on each poem, some people just wrote that they had less than 5 on each of those poems, so I'm a little concerned about their acrostic poem. But this is why we're doing a rough draft, so you can work on it. So I went ahead and did Mrs. Ramirez, and I told you I was going to do it on the computer this time, so that way you can see how you want your final, if you want it written out or if you want it on the computer. So the first thing I did was I brainstormed everything that I think about, what people have said about me, how I feel about myself. And so just a few things. Um, this was less than 5 minutes, but I just wrote like loyal friend, witty, best hugger, sleeper, laughs, loves to laugh, likes to dress in costume, faithful, crazy, ice cream and chocolate, adopted, loud, a judge, action speaks louder than words, enjoys family and friends, scared of bugs. So those were just some things that when I think of myself or what people have said about me, this is what I remember. So I went ahead and I wrote out, so even though I was going to do it on the computer, I still write it out because it's my rough draft, and then I take it to my final. So when I wrote it out, I wrote in acrostic vertically Mrs. Ramirez, and then I went ahead and started thinking about words that I had used and how that could match with the M. So when I was looking for Mrs. Ramirez, I really didn't have any M's on here. And I was like, But I was thinking, loyal friend, I do make friends, and I have a lot of my friends from second grade. I have actually from fourth grade. I have 3 friends from second grade, and then a couple of friends from fourth grade, and yada yada. So I wrote for the M, makes friends for life. Then with my R, I was like, again, it was hard because none of these things, whoa, none of these words or phrases started with an R. So I'm looking at, these are my ideas, and then I'm trying to think, what can I do? So, of course, a lot of people say I'm loud. I've been loud my whole life. So, but loud starts with L, and there's not an L in Mrs. Ramirez. So I just said really loud, especially her laughter. Okay. So I'm doing this as, I'm writing it as a third person and not me. I could say really loud, especially my laughter, but this could, the way I wrote it as a third person, you wouldn't know if it was me or someone else. You would assume it was someone else. So then I just went down and I just wanted to show you, because I did not figure this out, how it was, how I was supposed to take a picture of it. So I printed it so you can see that, again, vertically, it is, my letters are bigger and it says Mrs. Ramirez. And then the description start is smaller. If I wanted to take more time to do this, I could have maybe bolded the Mrs. Ramirez. I could have changed the color. I could have changed a little fancier font for the Mrs. Ramirez. So that's going to be up to you because we're going to go ahead, edit, and revise tomorrow. Because if you notice, poems do not have a lot of um, punctuation. They do have punctuation, but not a lot. Like, it's not a complete sentence. And so I'm going to use my editing and revising, especially the revising, to add some words to it or change words, the vocabulary, make it juicier, more descriptive, and just make sure that I have the correct punctuation if need be. Like, a lot of commas are in that. But let me just read this to you. So again, I could have used one word each, and I mean, that's okay. But I want a little bit more meat to my poem. So we have, I would say, Mrs. Ramirez makes friends for life, really loud, especially her laughter, sleeps every chance she gets, remarks with her quick wit, actions speak louder than words, she believes, memorizes numbers, what an odd thing. Ice cream and chocolate are her faves, resembles Judge Judy, or at least her teammate Mr. K thinks so, enjoys her family and friends, zany when she dresses up to participate and show her spirit. So, and then you could just say Mrs. Ramirez. Or so you could say the poem again at the end to remind the person, the reader, what you just wrote about. So hopefully by that, a true acrostic poem, you would know more detail about whatever focus you're doing. Remember, it doesn't have to be a person, it does not have to be a season. On ours, it does, because that was the assignment we gave you. But in life, I mean, I could write um, a poem on dishes. I'm just looking at my sink over there and knowing I have some dishes I have to put away. So, I mean, it could be like that. So just remember that poems should spark some type of feeling. That's really what you want to get out of it. That's the purpose of a poem. And they could be funny. I mean, having laughter, that's sparking a feeling too. So go ahead, give it your best shot. Remember, on the reflection today, it's going to say, what was your favorite line on your season poem? And what was your favorite line on your name poem? And I have to say, if I was going to pick my favorite line from my poem here, I would have to say, actions speak louder than words, she believes, because that's probably one of my strongest mantras or sayings. Ask my daughters. So hopefully you'll enjoy poems. And again, if you have time, just start typing poems on your Google, or if you want to share some poems with me, that's great too. So we're looking for a poem you're going to share with the class, with some of your classmates on later next week when we meet. So you have your final. So you want to try your best. So enjoy writing poems. It is a relaxing thing, and I hope to read some of your great work soon. Enjoy the day.